What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the critter room here at Torpedoes and Tarantulas. We have some rehousings to do. You see several enclosures in front of me. All of those enclosures that you see in front of me are the new enclosures. So for every one of those enclosures you see, there's another enclosure behind me with a tarantula in it. It's going to be an interesting mix between old world and new world. Unfortunately, I do not have my camera woman here, so I will be flying solo on this one. Hopefully, we'll get her involved in another video here pretty soon. So it's just going to be me tonight, guys, so bear with me. But I've got to move all these guys from the enclosures that they're in into these. So you guys get ready. This should be interesting. Alright, so just go ahead and bear with me right off the bat through this whole video because I don't know how it's going to go. I don't have a game plan for each and every individual spider that I must move. But I've got kind of a little bit of an idea. So what I'm hoping to do here is I took the plant out, and the tarantula is right there, as you can see. I'm hoping to put the bottle over it, coax it into the bottle, and then put it into its new enclosure. That bottle fits just perfectly. I don't know how easy this is going to go. This is an arboreal, and it's going to be the only arboreal rehouse in the entire video. And this is a New World arboreal, one of 3 new worlds that I am doing. 4 new worlds that I'm doing. And this is the first one. This is the Salmopoeus cambridgei. They are in the same family as the Armenia and some other ones I can't remember right off the bat. This is the Trinidad Chevron. I got this one as a freebie from a guy that I bought some rare tarantulas from. He got this thing as a sling from another guy who mislabeled them as Chromatopelma cyanopubescens GBB slings, so that's what I thought it was for a while. But I always thought that it looked like it had that chevron pattern, like it was a Salmopoeus, and this guy that I got the other tarantulas from can't be held responsible for it, but he was like, yeah, he told me they were cambridgei, but the vials that he put them in were labeled for GBB, and he never decided to change them. Now, I am not going to smear the other guy's name on Facebook. Like I said, I wouldn't do the last time, but YouTube, but Facebook knows who he is, so it's all going to work itself out. That aside, I'm hoping I'm just going to get this thing into its new enclosure, and then we will move on. Hang on just a second. Alright, so my hope now is just to basically do you like you would do with livestock, kind of corral them, point them in the direction that you want them to go. I'm just going to have this thing go right down into the enclosure, nice and easy, no bolt outs. And looks like it's about ready to run and hide. Let's get ready to catch it with my lid at. There we go. That's the first one in. I'd love to give you guys like one more good up close look at it, but I'm afraid it's going to bolt. Watch this. It's going to kick me in the ass. There it is, my Salmopoeus cambridgei, the Trinidad Chevron. Let's move on to the next one because my camera is focusing like crap right now. Alright, so we're going to start out. Now, we did one easy tarantula. Now we're going to do the 2 hard ones, the 2 old worlds. They're both in the OBT family, Pteronoculus murinus. One of them is a brown color form, or a dark color form. Yes, brown color form. And then the other one is dark color form Kigama, which is a variant that comes from the Kigama Reserve. But you can see it's pretty simple layout. A little bit of substrate, cork bark hide, and plenty of anchor points. I'm trying to kind of convince them which way they need to web, but of course the plan that you have for them and the plan that they have for the enclosure is different. So this one should be a little bit easier because I'll show you. I didn't know this until I opened the enclosure. It just molted. I mean, it is like super fresh. You can see its legs down there. I mean, it's super fresh. So I'm going to move this one into its new enclosure now and not stress it anymore. Okay, guys, let's see if we can convince it to come out into its new home, and then it can recover from its molt and continue to work on growing and getting bigger. That's a good 2.5-inch tarantula. Now, I got both of these as freebies from the same guy. And then I got the Selmapoas cyanopubescens, or the Chromatopelma cambridgei. It wants to go back in. I got all three of them as freebies. So far, the only thing that's been mislabeled was the cambridgei. Alright, there we go. It's in its new house, and it's got plenty of room and anchor points. It's wanting to go up, so let's go ahead and put the lid on there. We'll be done with that one, and we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so I think I forgot to mention which OBT we just rehoused. That was the dark color form Kigoma. I did mention that, but I don't know if I mentioned that's the one we were rehousing. So this one is the Pteronoculus murinus BCF, or brown color form, which, I mean, once you see them, I don't know why they call them the brown color form. They have more brownish goldish in them than the red or typical color form. But, I mean, there's still those beautiful orange colors. All I've had to do with both of these was just pull that big wad of webbing off the top of them, and they just kind of hunkered down. So hopefully this one will go pretty easy as well. Maybe we can get a little bit of a look at it, and hopefully I don't get any bolts, because that's the last thing that I want, of course, at any time. Let's see. That's not sitting right, so let's try. No. Hang on, guys. Let me rearrange stuff here. Alright, so at this point, all I can do is do like my good friend Tom Moran from Tom's Big Spiders would do, and that is to poke and pray. So now that we've got the spider exposed, I've got a lid over here ready to move if I need to. I can't get this enclosure down in there like I need to, so we're just going to kind of poke it down to the bottom of here, and hopefully it will come on out and not run up my hand or anywhere else like that. I wish I could get a little bit of a view of it before we poke it out. That's the Pteronoculus murinus BCF, or brown color form. Now hopefully I can just kind of steer it in the right direction. Poke and pray, poke and pray. There we go. Put the lid on. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so hopefully these next three will be pretty easy. What you guys did not see off camera with those last two rehouses was when I put the top on and said, let's move on to the next one. Both of those damned OBTs had bolted outside of the enclosure. I had to corral them back in and then put the lid on. So, I don't know how to do any blooper reels, so forgive me. You just got to go with, my word on that one. So next we are going to do a Brachypelma. Excuse me. This one was given to me by my good friend Kevin. This is a Brachypelma Baumgartneri. Very, very similar to the Brachypelma bomi, which we'll get around to that here in just a second. I forgot to put some water in this one's dish. These guys are such slow growers, and they're so small anyway, that this enclosure right here is going to last it for, I'm going to say, at least 3, maybe 4 molts, depending on the size that they put on. These guys are pretty small, but they're now too big for the enclosures that they're in, so that's kind of why we're doing a rehouse now. Just go ahead and give them some space. This one just molted like a couple of weeks ago, and it's kind of starting to show some adult colors. Like I said, their adult colorations are a lot like the Brachypelma bomi with the orange fiery legs, but there's some subtle differences, kind of like with the Brachypelma hamori and the Brachypelma smithi, that if you don't know, then they all look the same. This one ought to go pretty easy. There we go. Right down there by the water dish. Hopefully it will thrive in there for quite a while. We've got 2 more to go. Let's do this. Alright, so here we are with the Brachypelma bomi, the cousin to the Brachypelma baumgartneri. Again, given to me by my good friend Kevin. This one here is really starting to show the adult colors a lot more than the other one is. We can just get to zoom in just a little bit. You can kind of see that fire leg kind of thing going on. These guys are such slow growers that it's going to be a while before I know what they are. But like I said, these enclosures I'm putting them in now, they're going to have plenty of growing room. So let's get rearranged and let's put this guy in and let's get this last tarantula rehoused so you guys can get on with your night. Alright guys, let's put this Brachypelma bomi in its new enclosure. I've got a different method this time. Hopefully same results. These guys are pretty calm, though I understand from a lot of keepers that especially the Brachypelma bomis can be on the kicky side of things. And I've kind of seen it out of some people rehousing, like subadult Brachypelma bomas. They kick a lot of hairs. But other than that, they're a beautiful tarantula. There we go. We've got 1 more tarantula left to rehouse. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so I don't know if I saved the best for last on these rehousings, but I definitely saved the biggest for last. This is definitely going to be by far the biggest tarantula that we rehouse. Let me regroup my camera, get this thing in its new home, and close this thing out. Alright guys, I don't know any other way to finish out this video than freehand. So, what I've got here, this is my Brachypelma albiceps, the Mexican golden red rump. This one was recently sexed as a female, so she's going to be put in her probably next to last enclosure. And we're hoping that this is going to go pretty well. I can just kind of poke her and convince her to go that way, although she has given me more of a feeding response, and that worked out pretty well. There she goes. Now she's in her new house. That's the end of the rehousings. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget about the giveaway. I did another unboxing before the video before the last one I did. I did a cigar review video, and then I did the project unboxing with an announcement and a shout out. I'm doing a giveaway for 500 subscribers. Go back to that video, watch it, leave a comment, and you're automatically entered. For the rest of you, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully we'll get some camera assistance here pretty soon. Appreciate you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.